The time was early January in 2009, at the McCormick home in Jackson. 4 men, all members of the French City Barbershop Chorus of Gallipolis, met to plan a new male voice choir for the Jackson area. They were Mike Adams, Paul Barrage, Aaron Lord, Wilbur McCormick, On January 12, 2009, Adams and McCormick met with the governing board of the Marquet Cultural Arts Center in Jackson, and suggested the Marquet as the home of a new all-male choir for the Jackson and southeastern Ohio area. It was approved unanimously and a new male voice choir was born. The committee of 4 met again and compiled a list of 100 men of the area who were known singers. On February 17, 38 of the 100 invited men filed through these doors to sing together for the first time. They agreed that this was a worthwhile undertaking and set each Tuesday evening as rehearsal night. Few Tuesday nights were missed until the pandemic of 2020 struck. Over the years, the number has fluctuated from the original number, but the average holds at about 28 active members. One of the first orders of business was to choose a name for the new group. Several were suggested: Jackson Singers, Apple City Singers, The Welshmen, New Cavalcade, Sons of the Cavalcade, Voices of the Marquet, were all suggested. To honor the memory of the longtime music man of Jackson, under whom many of the men had performed, and following the format used in many of the Welsh choirs, the name D.M. Davis Male Voice Choir was suggested and accepted. The new choir now had a name, and a new logo was designed. Former director of the New Harlech Singers and assistant with the French City Troublemakers, Wilbur McCormick, was accepted as the director, and remains as senior director to the present day. Now for a signature song. The Cavalcade Chorus had used All Through the Night and Brothers Sing On. The New Harlech Singers used the Battle Hymn of the Men of Harlech. Our answer came to us from across the seas. Grenville Jones, the music director of the Bath Men's Choir of Bath, England, sent us the music for As Long As I Have Music. It seemed perfect, and we have used it ever since. News of the new group became public, and on May 7, 2009, they sang in public for the first time at the Jackson National Day of Prayer, at the Christ United Methodist Church. Over the next 6 years, in small groups or as the entire choir, they sang anywhere and everywhere they were invited. An annual fundraising show, held in the Family Life Center of the Christ United Methodist Church while the auditorium of the Marquet was being completed, made the public more aware of their existence. During these same 6 years, the appearance of the group also changed. The ragtag, casual look solidified into the classic black and gold, for which we are known. First, black polo shirts with the logo. Then tuxedos with, you guessed it, black shirts and gold ties.
In the year 2015, the men of the Davis Choir invited their spouses and other ladies of the community to sing one time with them in their annual show. Several ladies responded, sang in the show, and then decided to continue on their own. Rick Knoll, a director assisting Senior Director McCormick with the men, volunteered to be the director of the ladies group, and the D.M. Davis Ladies Choir was formed. The ladies accept sing-outs on our own, as well as joining the men to 2 annual shows each year. One in midsummer, and one at Christmas. Because of our association with Rick, we have nicknamed ourselves Rick's Chicks, but can be very formal ladies, when the occasion arises.
The year 2019 was an exciting year. First, a new choir came under construction, and sang in the annual Christmas show. Still being constructed by recruiting more members, is the D.M. Davis Youth Choir, under director Dorothy Riepenhoff. When fully active, they will, like the other choirs, accept invitations on their own, as well as sing in the annual shows. Second, all the choirs were united under one organization called the D.M. Davis Vocal Choirs. Then we added and incorporated to the name, when we became a recognized 501c3 not-for-profit corporation. For the sake of history, The first officers are listed here. Wilbur McCormick, President. Paul Berridge, Vice President, Men. Deanna Stroff, Vice President, Ladies. Ralph Brown, Secretary. Mike Adams, Treasurer. Rick Knoll, Member at Large. Dorothy Riepenhoff, Member at Large. With the addition of new choirs, the logo has undergone some small transitions. The Welsh dragon was added and the lettering changed to make each unique. The first, of course, was that of the men.
The second was for the ladies.
And the latest was for that of the youth.
As of 2019, although all retain their uniqueness, all now fall under the master logo of the corporation. In direct keeping with the goal of the D.M. Davis vocal choirs, to ensure the continuance of community music in the Southern Ohio area for years to come, the choirs support an active program to give aspiring young people the opportunity to try their hand at directing. To accomplish this, the directors of the choir select an interested high school student to serve as student director. There have been 6 such directors during the past 12 years since the men formed in 2009. They are Kevin Diner, 2013. Zach Irwin, 2014 to 2015, Colin Russell, 2017. Marshall Evans, 2018. Zach McGowan, 2019. Connor Rosenberger, 2020. Over the past 12 years, the choirs have sung a great variety of music, from Welsh hymns to the Messiah. From barbershop to country. Patriotic, religious, and even comedy. We have sung a cappella, with piano and organ, with guitar, flute, drums, bagpipes, and yes, even a Native American flute. We try to have something for everyone who likes to sing, and something for everyone who attends our concerts. Here are a few guests who have appeared on show through the years. Over the 12 years the Davis choirs have enjoyed singing, their excellence has not gone unnoticed. When the Marquay Cultural Arts Center completed the renovation of the auditorium and held a grand opening for the public, it was the D.M. Davis Male Voice Choir that had the honor of being the first to sing on this beautiful stage.
Twice during the past years, Director Rick Knoll has led a mixed delegation from the Davis choirs to sing Handel's Messiah with the choirs of distinction in New York City at Carnegie Hall. In addition, we hold a standing invitation to return each year.
On the 5th of May in 2017, the following letter was received by Director McCormick. It read in part, and I quote, "To the Director and Management, D.M. Davis Choir. Dear Sirs, it gives me pleasure to confirm your appointment as the Clan MacLean of Lochbuie's official choir in the United States of America," unquote, and it was signed. With my best wishes. Yours I. Lorne MacLean of Lochbuie. 26th Chief of Clan Gil Ian of Lochbuie. Baron of Moy. In 2018, Director McCormick received a personal message from Richard Howells, inviting the men to become a member of the Welsh Association of Male Choirs. Responding to this message, the Davis men became the first choir in the USA to be a member of the association. To date, we are the only association member in the United States. In 2018, choir members, Colonel Wilbur McCormick and Colonel Deanna Stroff, were joined by Colonel Bob Irvin and Colonel George Kitchen to present directors Rick Knoll and Ralph Brown with new colonel commissions from the Governor of Kentucky, for their support and work with music in our communities over the past many years.
The following plaque was presented to Senior Director, Wilbur McCormick, during the spring concert on March 17, 2019. It reads in part: "Seldom has an individual, in any community, been so dedicated to preserving and maintaining its historical heritage as has Wilbur L. McCormick. His loyal pursuit in this regard to the male voice choruses, which began with a rich Welsh tradition in Jackson County, is being honored this day."
Pictured here is Bill Nash, of the Caldicot Male Voice Choir of Caldicot, Wales, sporting his new DM Davis Choir polo shirt, and holding a plaque he has just received, making him an honorary member of the choir for life. Bill is 98 years old, and still singing. Very possibly the oldest active choir member in Wales.
The choirs would like to pause and remember 10 men who have gone to sing in the Lord's choir over the past 12 years. We miss all of them. They are Roy Moses, baritone; Ron Muffley, second tenor; Chris Bullion, second tenor; Dale Rollins, baritone; Ken White, baritone; Charles Bowman, bass; Ed Jarvis, bass; June Jones, second tenor; Bruce Good, first tenor; Daniel Hudson, second tenor. As in all organizations, the Davis Choirs has a group of what might be called key personnel. Some were present at the very beginning, and some came on board later, but all have contributed greatly to the music team. At the top of the list of key personnel is accompanist, Stephanie "Stevie" Jarvis. Jarvis and McCormick have worked as director and accompanist with choir groups for over 40 years. As pictured, Stevie was at the Marquee on the first night and is still with us today. She often plays for 3 hours straight on rehearsal nights. Being one of the 4 founding members, McCormick was privileged to direct on that February night when the choir was first established. McCormick brought over 30 years of directing experience with men's groups alone, in addition to mixed choir experience. McCormick remains the senior director to this day. Shortly after joining the men's choir, Rick's talent for directing became evident. At this point he began to assist McCormick in rehearsals and in the annual shows. In 2015 he agreed to take on the newly formed ladies' choir, and remains their director to date. Ralph Brown joined the choir in 2017. He first served as a barbershop harmony director, and now generally assists with the men's choir. As a talented writer, Ralph writes the scripts for our annual shows. Joining with the ladies in 2015, Dorothy sometimes assists Stevie at the piano, when 4 hands is needed. In 2019, she agreed to help build and direct a youth choir to be associated with the Davis Choirs. Also joining with the ladies in 2015, Joyce also assists Stevie on the piano or keyboard, when needed. She also assists Rick with directing the ladies. Having joined the choir in 2019, Connor was appointed student director as a high school junior, in 2020. His time in this position has been interrupted by the pandemic. He will remain in this position through 2021. Every choir needs someone to serve as master of ceremonies, actor, comedian, or narrator. Although Bill is not a singing member of the choir, his attendance at shows is very much needed. Over the past several seasons, Bill has served in one or all of these capacities, helping our musical shows to be successful and entertaining to our audiences.